What's up, people? Happy Monday. Jenny here. Just wanted to give you a little information about bioavailability, why you should understand that term. Okay. So, you know how the old saying used to be, well, a couple things actually. One of them was like, you are what you eat. I'm also thinking about you are what you think. I forget which philosopher started that, but they're actually shifting it now, right? Because of the psychologists. When I talk about the paradigm shift, I'm usually talking about what psychologists are saying these days, and authors and different leaders. And they're saying that you are not what you think, but you are what you feel. And there's been a time of like power for a very long time, all up in here, very cerebral, and it's starting to move into more love. Anyone who follows politics probably wouldn't see that, but there's actually a crashing of that kind of power, and it's going more into heart. Reason I say that is because it used to be you are what you eat, and I love this. doTERRA has started saying with the lifelong vitality packet that I'm just going to talk to you really briefly about today, that you are what you absorb. And here's a reason why you need to know what that is and why they're saying that. So recently we had a mentor who is living in Europe. She lives in Europe with her family. She was showing us a video about when she goes to the market in Europe, in Russia, and like almost everyone goes to the market every single day. And this was very true for when I lived in France and when I lived in Italy. Everyone goes to the market every single day. Bread is made fresh every single day. So I swear, many of you who are watching this who have gluten sensitivity, celiac disease, anything like that, I dare you to live in France for a month and see if it clears up. I actually had a friend recently travel in Europe just for like a week or two, and over here, she can't eat pasta, she can't eat any of that. And after 3 days there, she was like drinking wine, pasta, bread. And I had the very, very same experience when I was over there in 2003 and 5. I had all these food allergies over here. And when I went over there, none of them. Nuts, fruit, vegetables. I wasn't sensitive to fried food at all. And when I came over here, they all came back. But then I started really understanding what I can eat and what I can't. So reason I say that is because the diet over here is just 100% different. I would compare ingredients that I would get over in Italy, and I try to find them here, Nutella being the first one. Sugar content is way higher here in almost everything, okay? And it's an issue because people have inflamed guts over here much more often. So you are what you absorb. So if you're not properly digesting what you consume, then all those phytonutrients are not reaching the target sites in your body, right? That need to heal from inflammation and whatnot. So when we have this highly processed food situation in our diet, nutrient absorption is becoming a bigger and bigger concern, right? So that's why this has actually changed my health in a big way. And I really want you guys to understand how to get this, how to get it in your diet, and how it will actually help your oil consumption be much more affordable. I had someone come over the other day who has been suffering from inflammation and some kind of like rash on her arms or legs. And she had like a very specific inflammation on her legs. And I was like, well, remember how I used to have folliculitis? I was telling her. I was like, she goes, what oils help you clear it up? I was like, supplements. There are oils in every single one of these, okay? And I'll go through and explain just a little, but this video isn't really to explain each one in detail, but just to talk about bioavailability a little bit. And I said, I was like, this stuff cleared it up in 3 days, and it was a 12-year issue, okay? So, just going to make sure I'm giving you accurate information here. So nutrient deficiencies is really the reason why people have a lot of different, ailments and sensitivities and stuff like that. And avoiding, nutrient deficiencies isn't as simple as just like eating whole food. So I have a lot of nurses and doctor friends, and they say, well, you just You just should be eating, like I really believe in eating a whole food diet. And I do too. But the reality is that some of these people who actually talk about this stuff are drinking soda. They are eating gummy vitamins, you guys, which is adding sugar to their diet. And so they're like, oh, I just believe in whole food. And then they're eating all this stuff. And, and believe me, I eat like a bunch of different crap too, like cookies and, hello, it's the holidays, but like cookies and dark chocolate and things like this. So we all have our things. But the reality is this day and age, as they say, you really can't get the bioavailability just from eating whole foods, because most of our vegetables in the winter don't come from around here. And that's not as big a deal as they're actually getting picked from a different country when they're not ripe. You see what I mean? So the nutrients aren't actually in there. So in terms of comparing this to the oils, food and the plants we use for oils, there's a lot of different factors into what makes them nutrient rich. One of them is picking them when they're ripe, right? Making sure they have organic soil and standards around that, which all of our oils do, by the way, all the plants and farmers that we work with. The other one is actually where it's sourced. So like avocados from Mexico are like really good. And like oranges from Sicily are actually better than Florida. Like if you've ever had them, the difference. So I don't mind that they're sourced from other places at all. But the fact of the matter is, because we have such a high consumption in this country, we need to get it before it's ripe. You see what I mean? So bioavailability is actually a simple concept. It just refers to how much of a specific ingredient is ingested, right? And that your body is able to recognize. So you guys have heard me talk about before that when you have synthetic drugs or synthetic supplements, right? And you put them into your body, plants and human beings have the same exact biological makeup. So if you put something inside your body that's synthetic, your body doesn't recognize it as real, and then you have really expensive, colorful urine. You see what I mean? So that all kind of affects the bioavailability, like I said, where it is and where it's sourced. And so supplementation or eating fortified foods may be necessary. For example, there's a significant percentage of the population that's unable to properly digest and absorb vitamin B12 and folic acid, which is like, given to a lot of pregnant women and recommended, given to pregnant women when they're growing a baby. And it's hard for some people to digest that when it's in the whole food way and whole food sources. So what doTERRA does is they make it bioavailable so everyone's able to absorb it a little better, okay? So I'm going to give you an article below this live video so you can see in some detail, because I'm not going to go into some of the sciencey stuff right now. But basically, the three of these, right, the cellular vitality complex. So this is what's helping on a cellular level. And I'm just reading some of the things. So some of the herbs that are in here are the Boswellia serrata resin, which is from the frankincense tree, milk thistle, polygonum root extract, green tea, pomegranate, pineapple stem, turmeric root, grapeseed, sesame, pine bark, right? And then we have a cellular energy blend, which is like ginkgo biloba, stuff like that. And then in each one of these, there is a tummy tamer blend. So it actually helps to keep the food down, to not regurgitate. The vitamin, this is basically what you consider the whole food, right? The VM vitamin has vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, vitamin B6. Yeah, that's 6. Folate. So that's the naturally occurring folic acid. Folate is much better for you. Folic acid. When I was pregnant, they told me to do folic acid, and I looked up the carcinogen list, and it was on there in the synthetic form. Vitamin B12, biotin, right? It goes on and on and on. Zinc, manganese. Okay, then we have proprietary whole food blend. So we actually have kale in here, dandelion leaf powder, kelp stem, broccoli, Brussels sprout, right? You have all cabbage, spinach. You have all like those antioxidants. And then you have the tummy tamer blend, which helps it go down. Tummy tamer blend helps the medicine go down. All right. E omega, this is essential oil. Boom, boom, essential oil. Now this has like the marine and plant oil. So if you're vegan, we have a vegan version of this. Okay. And yeah, so some of the stuff is from gamma linolenic acid from the plant seed oils, you know. So this also has the tummy tamer blend as well. So they're finding that when you take an essential oil, which is basically every single layer around our cells, our lipid, and so when you have an oil, it actually penetrates the lipid layer, right? And it gets into the body where it needs to be. It's absorbable. And they're saying that when you have the oils that are mixed with the botanicals, the herbals, it actually creates this synergistic effect, which helps it all absorb better. Okay? That's what I wanted to tell you for today. I also just want to real quick, 1 minute, tell you how this is easily brought into your diet. I want you to look at your budget. Those of you who take women's dailies, those of you who take Centrum, those of you who take certain vitamins that are maybe not enough nutrients for what you need. Maybe you're someone who takes 50 different vitamins like people in my family have, and they're costing them like $150 when you actually do the math per month, right? And this is like half that. And you're looking at, you know, is this little vitamin that I'm taking actually helping me? Like, take it, go get tested by your doctor, look at your levels, see if they're finding that it's making a difference. And then take this for a month, okay? It's 100% money back guarantee, and see if it makes a difference in your levels. And just see if it gives you more energy. See if it gives you more vitality. See if some of your pain goes away. I don't miss a day on these, okay? And so when you do the entire way that the box suggests you do it, especially if you have an autoimmune disease, if you're working on inflammation like I was, if you need more energy, and you are looking at that and you really find a difference, then great, right? Let's talk about how to fit it into the budget. I do this budgeting with some people. If you don't think it works and you honestly do it by the book, like by how it says on the package of this, right? This is what I'm talking about for those just jumping on the Lifelong Vitality pack. If you do not have energy, if you do not get rid of something that you're having that you think this will help, they'll give you 100% money back, right? Now what I did is I tried to get rid of, or I tried to just see if it would give me energy. This was like 5 years ago, and I had like tons of energy. This was like pre-baby. Tons of energy. So I was like, yeah, right? Then my inflammation stuff came back. I took it less than a week, all gone. I've never stopped taking it since. Changed my life, right? So that's just a little bit about the Lifelong Vitality Pack. When you add it to your cart and you start to see, wow, I don't need all this other crap that I'm buying, right? And you replace your budget with this stuff, then guys, you can start to get money, but points back on your loyalty program. Those of you who are on the loyalty program know what I'm talking about. It's just a monthly loyalty program. You only have to buy like one thing a month, right? But in this case, if you're getting this, you're going to get much more points back. You see what I mean? So now every month after I'm buying my supplements and I'm feeling much better, I don't have to be on medication anymore. I don't have to be on antibiotics. I don't have to waste time and money leaving work when I used to work at a 9 to 5. Going to the doctor, try to figure all this out. It's worth its weight in gold to be on this stuff. And it's lifelong vitality, guys. You're going to have so much more vitality. Then once you have that, you start to gain these points, okay? And then everything else is going to start to, like all your oils you can start getting for free because the points pay for them all, okay? That's the benefit of being a loyalty member. If you have any more questions about that, let me know. I'm going to put some links down below about the little bioavailable article and then also on the loyalty rewards if anyone is interested in joining that if you're not already. Comment below if you are on either of those, the loyalty rewards or the vitamins, and let us know how you love them. So nice to see you guys. Happy Monday.